for an original sin.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Spirit Hunter Deathmark. Now, where to go, where to go, where to go, where to go? Let's go to the rest area. The phone booth stands solitary on the edge of a vacant rest area. An endless sea of trees stands behind it. Christy must have run into the forest after she heard the phone ring. I can hear a dog howl from nearby. It almost sounds sad, but I'm probably just imagining it. Christy doesn't seem bothered by it. She's completely focused on the phone box. I must have gotten my mark from Hanayome back then, but I was completely oblivious. I wasn't exactly in the right state of mind. Rumors say the phone is supposed to ring if you wait by it for a while. I'm guessing waiting outside doesn't count. Probably not. It only rang after I'd stepped in it. But the booth is too small for two people. Either I or Christy will have to go in. You aren't thinking I'll do it, are you? Dangerous jobs are best left to men. I guess I'll just have to go in. It's cramped inside and almost impossible to move around at all. I'd be a sitting duck if a spirit attacked me while I'm in here. The clouded glass makes it hard to see the outside. That just makes me more nervous. I wonder how long I have to wait until the phone rings. To pass the time, I glance around at the inside of the booth. There's a poster attached to the window. Help our investigation. On the night of 2/8/1990X, an assault took place in the forest nearby. If anyone has any info on this case, please notify H Police Department. This is dated 5 years ago. Looks like something terrible happened here. Phone begins to ring. I hesitantly reach out and pick it up. The only sound I hear is the dial tone. No one is speaking. What's going on? Suddenly, there's a strange noise. Crunching, smacking, like the sound of saliva as someone chews. Did you see it? Tucked in the smacking is a woman's voice. The voice is creepy, cold, and chills me down to the bone. Is this Hanayome? Did you see it? She asked a second time. The rumors mention that I should say. Very seriously, I say, I haven't seen it. What do you want to see? It's going exactly as the rumor said. Hanayome is supposed to tell you the location of whatever you're looking for. Christy told me to ask about the Buddha statues that were stolen from the H Shrine. I'll give it a try. Buddha statues? Lord Buddha? Doesn't your arm already have the mark of the Buddha on it? Tell me you want a new Buddha? Where are you doing that? Tell me. Well, tell me. 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 Okay. The line goes dead. The woman's scream is still ringing in my ears. I feel sick. It must be because of my brush with that cold, blood-curdling insanity. Why didn't she answer my question? What was different from the others asked? The mark on my arm burns dully, like it's reminding me it exists. Maybe this is why she was acting strangely. And she did say something to the effect that Buddha gave me this mark. Was she just too insane to differentiate between Buddha and a monstrous spirit? Or is this mark really the work of a divine wrath from the Buddha statues? I wait for a little longer, but the phone doesn't ring again. There's no point in staying in here. As soon as I leave the booth, Christy comes up to me. You don't look well. What happened? I tell Christy about my conversation with Hanayome. What? That's not in the rumors. Christy's brow furrows in confusion. Should we go check out the other phone boxes for now? Maybe there's a clue there. We can also see if you can ask again. There's no time to get lost in thought. The last phone booth is at the park by T Apartments in the other direction. We'll head there after stopping at the mansion. It's probably wise to ask Mary what she knows since it's on the way. New info added to the spirit file. The second phone box. Well, things are going well for us, aren't they? Let's return to Cujo Mansion. And as always, we're going to hit the... Whoop, that is the wrong thing. We're going to hit the save button, as we always do. I tell Mary what happened at the phone box.
お疲れ様です。
You say that Hanayome acted strangely. She called the spirit that cursed you with your mark Buddha. Oh wait, that's right, that's what voice I gave her. I cannot say I know what she saw, but from what you said, she will likely not respond to your question. That does not mean she does not understand you, however. Use any method available to obtain as much information as you can. So yeah, now we know. We're going to hit the next save again. We're going to, let's see, maybe we're going to head to the next destination, which is the park. I see a small park tucked between all the looming apartment buildings. There's no one here. I guess everyone's already asleep. They said this was the phone booth from Hanayome's rumors, right? Would a spirit really appear in the middle of a city like this? Well, now that I'm here, I still have no idea why Hanayome hung up on me. I followed the rumors exactly. Where did I go wrong? I scratch my head. Don't adhere to the gossip. Defy it. Suddenly I hear that strange voice again. Gossip. In other words, the rumors. What will happen if I don't follow the rumors? Christy, go back to the car. There's something I want to try. But it might end up backfiring on me. Sure. I don't know what you're going to do, but please be careful. Oh, and I almost forgot. I have a message from Ida. Yeah? It's about the latest information on Hanayome from the BBS. Take a look. Christy hands me a note written by Ida. Don't talk about eyes or anything like it when you're on the phone with Hanayome. If the call goes sideways somehow, don't say I, okay? P.S. Best to avoid anything that even sounds like I. What? Don't say I. This is it? Yeah, that's all. Anyway, Edith said he was sure it would come in handy. I'll keep it in mind. Christy returns to the car. I step inside and wait for the phone to ring. There's a poster in this booth, too. Just like the one at the rest area, this looks like it's been here for a few years. Young woman kidnapped. A young local woman was kidnapped close to this location. If you are a witness to this crime, please notify the police. February 8th, 5 years ago. I think the poster I saw at the rest area had the exact same date. Coincidence? The phone rings. I grab the receiver and slowly pick it up. I hear a noise like someone chewing gum from the other end of the phone. An icy voice speaks. Did you see it? You saw, didn't you? You saw that thing of me. The voice cuts off. Oh. Something outside collides violently with the glass of the booth, but I can't see it. Tell me, how did you see it? With your own eyes, or eyeglass, or a telescope? Well, we are in for some problems now if we're not careful. Remember, use the word I. It sounds like something's searching around outside the phone box. You saw it. You said saw it. What color? A beautiful color. Red, pink, green. For this one, maybe pink. You saw it. What kind of person are you? What's important to you? Your dreams, romance, love. Which do you choose? So for this one, romance is great. Now are we safe? Yes, we are. We survived. Woohoo. The telephone goes dead. The next I know, the bloody handprint is gone, and so is the ominous presence. The questions she asked me were strange. She was partially anxious about what I had seen. I think I did a good job not mentioning anything like eyes in my answers. Overly conscious over being seen. Maybe that's where her secret lies. I exit the booth and Christy rushes up to me. My mark started hurting out of nowhere. Did it all go all right? I tell Christy about what happened in the telephone booth. I have no idea what that means. I guess there's no way she'd know the answer. Something's on the ground here. Sure enough, there's a folded up piece of paper lying near the booth. Looks like a piece of stationery. I don't think it was there before I went into the phone box. I pick up the paper and open it. To Seiko. I'll dispel all of your heartache. So forget that horrible incident and take your quiet rest up in heaven. An incident? The posters I saw in the telephone booths mentioned something like that too. Could they be connected? I asked Christy what they think. Christy looks deep in thought. What is it? Oh, nothing. Well, we've checked out all the boxes, so let's head back to the mansion. Something still bugs me, though. Yeah. Should probably head back for now. New info added to the spirit file, the third phone box. Now we can head back. There's nothing else to see here. So, it's looking pretty interesting, little one. I wonder what all that chewing is about, though. Hey, Mr. Anon, you know those posters and that bit of stationery we found? Could they be linked to Hanayome? She might have been someone who was caught up in the incident and killed. And if that's the case, then... Christy turns toward the shelves with the files. Files full of articles on criminal cases. The dates were 5 years ago, right? Then there might be an article on what happened here in these files. We could use more help. Maybe Ida and Suzu could give us a hand. Go ahead and call them over. All four of us begin reading through the files. The clippings range from the smallest dispute to the most heinous crime in each city. But they all dated 5 years ago or earlier. Did they get sorted in the garage because they're so old? After a while, I found it. I found the victim's name is Seiko. The date is February 5 years ago. Gotta be it. Christy lays the file out on the desk, and we all peer at it. The file has articles about an incident that happened 5 years ago. The victim's name was Seiko Hisagawa. Apparently, she committed suicide in the forest by H Castle on the eve of her wedding. She was in her dress when she was found. Well, looks like that might be the bride. Suzu? You probably shouldn't read anymore. It's pretty bad. Thanks, Ida. I don't know who's talking, but I want to know more about Hanayome. I feel like I need to do this. She's cringing, but she sounds determined. Between this and sneaking out at night, she's surprisingly a brave kid. It's rather odd for someone her age. I remember now. This happened back when I used to be a news anchor. Christy mutters just loud enough to hear. Then, do you know the whole story? It was horrible. It's hard to recount. A woman was abducted by a gang while she was walking her dog. They brought her to the forest and assaulted her. People found her battered and staggering along the road the next day. The dog was run over and killed near the forest when it chased after them. That's horrifying. Yeah, but that wasn't the end of Seiko Hasagawa's misfortune. Ida somberly cuts in. His usual grin is nowhere to be found. It's well known in some circles, but her assault was photographed. The pictures were sent to her fiancé. They threatened to make them public if they didn't pay up. I heard he gave them a ton of money to get the photos and the negatives. Is this true, Christy? Yeah, I heard that as well. Because of all that, Miss Seiko had a mental breakdown. And in the end, she hung herself. She'd been a serious, honest woman, so she just couldn't bear it. A cruel fate of a woman attacked before her wedding. We fall silent as that hard reality weighs on us. Suzu timidly speaks up, her face pale. Maybe there's a connection between what happened to Miss Hasegawa and Hanayome's phone boxes? According to the article, the incidents that wrecked her life took place near each phone box. She was abducted by the park and assaulted by the rest area. She was found wandering near the parking lot by a highway. The phone booths connect Hanayome and Sayeko Hasegawa. The coincidence sends a shiver down my spine. So that note we found by the telephone booth, did Seiko's fiance write it? Most likely. What's strange is it was there and not where she committed suicide. Did Hanayome put it there? Maybe she was telling us something? I have no clue how spirits think, but if Suzu's right, then the note is an important clue for us. I seem to recall Miss Seiko's fiancé was a famous musician. As a result, the case was widely publicized at the time. It happened right after they returned from a romantic trip to Greece. Old ladies were sobbing about how it made it all the more tragic, and the poor dog they bought on the trip died heroically as well. No. Where's the fiancé now? Well, he began acting strange due to the shock and then went missing. Some say her suicide was to follow him. But he wasn't the only one who disappeared. It sounds like all the culprits went missing too. You hear about that online too? Well, something like that. The internet wasn't the same back then. There were only hubs. Hubs? Like pre-internet chat rooms? Everyone was talking about it on the occult hubs back then. There was one person in the community who knew way too much. I think he was one of the culprits. He brought up a bunch of things, like taking pictures and all that. And I bet those were pictures of the assault. Yeah, that's right. After they were finished, those assholes got a camera out and took pictures of her face soaked with tears. The whole thing, she yelled, "Don't look, don't look." Don't look, huh? Hanayome has an extreme reaction to being seen by others. He kept going on about it, night after night, until he suddenly stopped posting. People who knew him said they couldn't contact him at all. Those guys deserve to die, but it's still really creepy, you know. Suddenly, a line from the note pops into my head. I'll dispel all of your heartache. Hey, Christy, do you happen to know exactly where in the forest Seiko killed herself? I was a reporter at the time, so I did go to the location, but that was 5 years ago, so I don't remember exactly. I feel like I went west from the big arch at the entrance. So you're really going to go? Yeah, we might be able to figure out something about Hanayome. Fine, I understand. I've had my fill of that forest, but I suppose we have no other leads. New info added to the spirit file. Gathering info at the mansion. Other. So with that, we're actually going to return here. We're going to save and call it an episode. Now, guys, thank you guys for joining me for this series. If you want to see more of this, you know to check out my channel and all that jazz. And if you want to request videos, you know you're always free to do them in the comment sections anywhere. And if you guys want to see the sequel to this, once it's over, let me know. I do plan to also do some of the Corpse Party games and other games like that. I do like the darker side of gaming, and I hope you do too. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.